coming to you live on Periscope. I'm trying to find the right angle so you can see my face right. This is a message to black women, especially black wives. As a black man, you have to understand that you fall in love with what we are on the outside. Yes, black men are handsome. Yes, black men is going to have the right size, girth, width, and length that you need in the bedroom. Yes, a black man is going to demonstrate a level of strength on the outside. Yes, a black man is always, I'm not talking about boys, because there's a difference between males, men, and boys. I'm talking about, when I say men, I'm talking about black men who have the level of responsibility. And in loving us, what you have to understand is this. At first, your attraction is to what our physical body can do. Then you become attracted, hopefully, by where our mindset is at. And when you fall in love with us, basically, maybe because the sex is good and the mental is good and we have a level of responsibility or creativity, what you have to understand is, what is it to be a black man in 2016? Now, one thing about me is you're not going to have no victims over here. I'm not going to preach no victimhood, and I'm not going to give any credibility or energy into some mysterious being that's always out to attack me. However, that does not negate that I am attacked every day, because I am. Every time I want to go into the forefront and people was begging me to be behind because their perception of me is my brother who's always having his pants hanging off his ass, and they think I'm him. Or the individual who have robbed, beaten, raped, and took advantage of them, they think I'm him. Or the individual who is just filled with anger and at any chance he can in the street execute it, they think I'm him. So I have to deal with my own brothers. So the analogy I use is like this. On a football field, people tend to think that there are only 11 players that you have to worry about. If I'm on the offense, I don't only have to worry about those 11 players. I got to worry about my own team getting in my way to run that ball to get a touchdown. That's my analogy on how I look through life. Because when I'm running this ball, I got to look out for my own people being in my way, and then the other people who's in front of me is in front of my way. So now, on one degree, you want me to love you as a black man unconditionally, but what you not loving is all of me. You want to love parts of me, and then when I show you the other parts of the tragedy, the hurt, and the pain, and the toxicity of who I am, you don't want that part. When before you fell in love with a black man, that's the part you were supposed to examine. Because a marriage that's going to last long term is two people saying, what is your ugliness and what is my ugliness? And together we can deal with this, our ugliness together. But if you just marrying, or you just want to be with, or you just want to lay with the good parts of who a black man is, you're going to constantly be in frustration and disappointment. The other issue that in loving a black man is we don't get affirmation. If millions of black men are not coming home every night, not taking care of their children, at parents, teachers, and there's always just one and two of us, and that's is expected, and that's okay by other black women, when we come home every night, we want somebody to acknowledge that. So I'm a hypocrite because I don't think you should get props for what you're supposed to do. But as a black woman, you should always think about how many women want to be you. That black man that's laying next to you every night, taking care of his family and taking care of his children, is an anomaly. And I don't have the time to get into the reasons right now. I'll do that on another Periscope. How we are obsolete and dangerous and under attack constantly. So for those of us who are taking care of home, taking care of our children, we're an anomaly. We like superheroes. You don't think other black women want a piece of your superhero? And some of y'all get into such of these petty issues about your man looking at somebody else or texting somebody else, or he wants somebody else, but he loves you. Why? Because as a black man, she's going to give him affirmation. Why does somebody who live in a mansion go to the projects? Because the chick in the projects is giving him affirmation to his dreams, his goals. She's pushing him forward. She's funding him. And she's showing him he is a superhero. But for some of y'all black women, y'all take way too much for granted because you don't realize what you got sleeping next to you is a superhero. The other thing about y'all is y'all say, you such a good man. I'm a piece of work, piece of garbage. Why? Because when you have a man that will put his own desires in front of his family and his loved ones and everything else, because society's always beating him down, he is flawed. But you don't want to love and you don't want to nurture them flaws. You want this ready-made guy that comes on TV. I ain't on TV. They don't put guys like me on TV. They put fantasy on TV. And y'all fall in love with these fantasies. And then y'all, when y'all get the realities of like a Peter Guns, y'all beat him down without looking at your man and saying he just like him. We all the same. We just don't conduct ourselves the same. That's what makes us a little bit different. But inside, when we getting beat down, when we come from a generation of gun violence, incarceration, dysfunctional homes, when our family and our fathers gave us all dysfunctional values, you gonna get mad at us because we acting dysfunctional? You gonna be upset because we acting out dysfunctionality when that's all we ever got? No, ain't no victims here. I'm not upset with nobody, and I'm not saying you need to feel sorry for us as black men. But before you decide that you want to love us, you need to accept every single fiber of who we are. And you need to ask yourself, can I raise a grown man? Can I nurture a grown man? Can I love a man who will have desires for other women who are not being loved right? Because the answer is polygamy, but y'all not ready for that. Because in your selfishness and your denial, you want to just accept that this man is only going to want one and all your relationships ended because of infidelity. Come on, get a break, man. Let that man love you with all he got. Accept him for all he is. And deal with the junk you want to deal with and the junk you don't want to deal with before you say I do. Because if you're looking for perfection, that's the only lies you told yourself. Here's another thing you need to know about a black man. He may not come home tonight. Because he's always going to be the first suspect when a crime was committed in that neighborhood. It don't even matter if he's a cop. He might get his head blown off for wearing a hoodie. What you need to know about a black man is that he may not get a job. He have all the qualifications in the world, and they not opening the door for him. When this other guy who ain't got no qualifications, but he got the right skin color, will get it. I'm not crying about it. I'm telling you facts. This is how it works. So now, when a man can't take care of his home the way he wants to, you upset that he don't want to get married to you. Marriages cost $30,000 and better for you to feed a bunch of people that don't even want to see y'all together. And in his mind, he's saying, I don't want the type of marriage that you want until I could afford it. So I'm not going to ask you to be my wife until I could afford a decent ring and give you a decent marriage. And what you do? I don't want to be with him no more because I'm not shacking up. So you want to blow the greatest thing that ever happened to you because you don't know and understand what is important to him and what a marriage means and what a wedding means to him. You want to blow that. Why? Because you forget how many women want to be you. Lastly, compatibility. If your man is an intellectual and you not, is it hard for you to start learning how to be an intellectual? Is it hard to find out what interests him? Is it hard to read a book, study, and get on point? If your man work out every day and go to the gym, is it hard for you to get your ass up and go work out with him? If your man sexually has these certain kind of desires and you're not fulfilling those desires, is it hard for you to say, That's my husband. That's my man. Before he go outside this house to want those desires fulfilled, I'm going to fulfill them. Somebody got to tell you that. And then you get upset when you lose your mind. Your whole world falls apart when you heard that he was unfaithful. If your man is working 3 jobs, is it hard for you to meet him where he is and say, dang, he working 3 jobs, he going to be hungry, let me make sure he got something in his stomach to eat? Oh no, child, he know how to cook. Yeah, the chicken and projects is always going to have a meal for him. Because you forget how many women want to be you. Lastly, in marrying, or not even just marriage, in dealing with a black man, could y'all please get together with your girlfriends and ask them, what do you think it's like to be a black man? Have those discussions. Have the discussions where you sit down and say, you know what? What does it feel like to be him? To pay the bills, take care of the kids, take care of the house, and then go to work and be marginalized and looked down upon. To be overseen for that promotion. So when he wants to be an entrepreneur, that never had him enough money to do it. He don't have enough money to fulfill his dreams, but he give all his money to make sure his household is correct. God forbid for us brothers that we got kids over here, over there, and we trying to take care of all 3 of the baby mamas and the kids and ourselves. When we get down to us, then some of y'all get on this bandwagon like all his money has to come to you. When if he want to buy something for himself, like a suit and tie, why you want to do all that? So some of you are under the impression that loving a black man is sexing him. Get this through your head. Sex is just sex. It has nothing to do with love for a man. It's just an act where he wants to have a new experience. You could put on all the wigs, all the heels, and all, he's still you. That other woman is going to give him a different experience. Because if you don't love him, somebody else will. Absolutely. Some women can't see past their needs. He ain't here just to provide for your needs. It's equal. What he give, you got to give back. So, message to a black woman. When you are loving this black man, understand that he has different dimensions. And if you don't sit down and understand these dimensions, then you are constantly going to be in a state of frustration in your marriage, in your relationships, or even when you initially courting them. And if these men don't make you better, you have no reason to be trying to get to make him better. Because he'll make you dirty before you ever make him clean. You need to know who he is, how toxic he is, and what are his issues as a person. Learn him or lose him. Amen. That's what you need to do. So, what women need to know is all I said. It's a whole lot deeper than this. If you don't have the time, because I can't be here for 3 hours, y'all not going to pay attention. So, what I ask you to do is, I partaked in a book called Soul of a Man. This is a book that more than 100,000 black women need to read. But y'all don't. Because y'all stuck in, bitch better have my money books. Instead of focusing on what's going to heal you and allow you to have a better relationship. Understand that, man. Learn them or lose them. This is great. Zach Tate. You could log on to www.thesoulofAman.net, the audio copy. A lot of y'all sit down and watch. Y'all never make comments. I don't know if what I'm saying is what you hearing, what is teaching you. The only way that we can communicate on Periscope is if you tell me or ask me the questions that you need answered. Reach out to me on Facebook. Reach out to me on Instagram. A lot of y'all inbox me. I've been on the phone 2 hours with some people helping them with their issues, and I don't even know them. But as a black man, this is what I got to do. So, thank y'all for joining in. Once again, Soul of a Man. Or just get at me. Because I need help. You need help. Let me help you to help me. Thank y'all.